How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about FuelCell Energy. We are talking about this play inside of the Discord on Friday, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to talk about it a bit on YouTube. It's seeing a good amount of momentum. The volume has been picking up, and as far as how is it looking from a technical sense, I really like it. I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you're a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is the technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance and the potential moves we're actually looking for. And then we're going to go on FinTel, taking a look at the short interest information. Does this play have short squeeze potential? We're going to find out. And then we're going to take a look at the order flow distribution, where institutions loading up on shares on the Friday. What was happening on the retail side? We're going to find that out. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts and as well as some more details. So let's get to it. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for FuelCell Energy. Let's see how it performed on Friday. So it ended up closing at $7.39, being up 2.35%. On the low, it tested $7.13, and then on the high, testing $7.85. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 46.304 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days being at 23.448 million shares. So we pretty much almost doubled our average volume on the day, and this is part of the reasons why you want to keep a close eye on this one, because whenever you see it start picking up in volume, you can look forward to seeing a pretty nice move. Now, when we take a look at our chart, which is a 1-year daily chart, we can see from the RSI down below, it is right around 61.50. And when we take a look at the moving averages on our chart here, you can see that we have strength above the 50-day, the 21-day EMA. You can see right there, we're just finished right below the 100-day, and we're also below the 200-day. So what I'd want to see from FuelCell for the coming week is getting to $8. This will be a psychological area, so that's one thing to keep in mind, where there could be some profit taking and so forth, but if we end up having an increase in volume, like as you can see down below right here, then we could easily get past 8, and then I would look forward to seeing a strong move getting here to around 8.30. If we can pass 8.30, then of course I'm looking forward to get to a next level here around 8.58, and if we could pass 8.58, then boom. That's where I look for that move going to 9 and then seeing where we can go from there. Like I said, this is going to be dependent on momentum, right? That's what it all comes down to at the end of the day. But you can see there's definitely a lot of room for this stock to move. One thing that we could see clearly as well, $7 is looking like to be a good area of support. So if it does decide to pull back and you want to maximize your entry, this is one area I would consider looking into. As far as resistance is concerned, yeah, we could see it here right at the 100-day. It did close at $7.39. But like I was saying, if you can gain momentum above that, then we can easily get to 8. So keep this one on your watch list. This play is looking really good. So we're going to be taking a look at the short interest information for FuelCell Energy. So we can see for the dark pool short volume ratio being at 33.95. And then for the dark pool short volume, this is hilarious, 5 shares. I don't think that's correct, but hey, let's just continue. So we could go and see here the short shares availability is at 10 million updated just now. And then for the short borrow fee rate, it is at 0.61. Now, when we take a look at the history of the short volume ratio, we could see for October the 14th, which was a Thursday close, it was at 38.65. And then we could see for October the 15th, it has gone down, being at 33.95. But one thing that is very clear here, it still continues to have short squeeze potential. What we normally look for is 21% or higher on the short volume ratio. And due to the fact that FuelCell already fulfills this criteria is part of the reasons why you have to keep this on your radar. So now let's jump into the order flow distribution. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for FuelCell. So we can see here on the inflow is at 67.82, and then on the outflow it is at 78.54. When we take a look at the breakdown on the large, we had 0. On the medium, we had 51.27, and then on the small, we had 16.55. On the large side, we had 4.56. On the medium, we had 59.30. And then on the small, we had 14.68. When we take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you can see for Friday that just passed, October the 15th, being negative on Yelp flows being 4,563.63. So clearly what we could see, there was a lot of buying on the retail side. There was some profit taking, but it was mostly buying. And when we take a look at what happened on the medium side, it was mostly selling. And then when we take a look at the large side, again, there was more selling that was happening. So after analyzing the data, there's a few things that I want to go over. First, there was a lot of profit taking that was happening on Friday and a lot of selling coming from institutions, but there was a lot of interest on the retail side. So this is why I'm saying when it comes to this play, it's going to be very dependent on volume. If you see that there's a good amount of volume, especially happening inside of the pre-market and then going into the open and also holding down those areas of support like we talked about inside the technicals, then you can look forward to seeing a pretty strong move. And this is part of the reasons why you want to keep this play on your radar for a strong spike for the coming week. So now let's jump into the final thoughts and go over some more details as well. So for my final thoughts for FuelCell, I want to go over 2 points quickly. I saw on their previous earnings report, they were able to beat estimates. So seeing this does give me a good idea the market will give this stock some appreciation, especially since the second point is the infrastructure plan. If we get any updates or we see, okay, you know, it ends up going through, then FuelCell is one of the companies that could benefit from this. And knowing whenever that talk comes around, we see momentum in stocks in the particular clean energy sector. So with that said, this is why, as far as this play is concerned, you want to keep it on your radar. As far as the move I'm looking for, I want to see this stock actually get past $8. If it can get past the $8 level, then essentially those areas of resistance that I talked about inside of the technicals, I'll be looking to see how well it can bounce or perform off of it. But if the volume is there, that's what I was saying, it could easily get to the $9 level. Will it be happening for this coming week? Not too sure about that, but there is a good chance that it could occur. At the same time, I do believe $8 should be very achievable here. So if you end up catching it on a pullback on the Monday, maybe if there ends up being some selling pressure or depending on whatever the market conditions may be, then look out for it to hold up and have strength at that $7 level. And that's an area where I'm going to say, hey, FuelCell just hit $7 or put out an alert. And then that's where I'm going to go into my position so I can get that momentum to ride up to see if it can get to 8 and then go further from there. In a technical sense, I really do like this play. I want to make sure I emphasize that. Then when we went on FinTel, taking a look at the short interest information, this play does have short squeeze potential if it fills the criteria of a short volume ratio above 21%. Again, this is why I'm bringing it to your attention. We were talking about it inside of the Discord, and I really like it. I think I already said that multiple times already, but I want to make sure that you guys are updated and you know exactly what we got going on and so forth. And also do your homework and do your due diligence. It will go a long way to help you become a better trader and see big time profits inside of the stock market. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll be talking real soon.